Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I want to break down why so many e-commerce brand owners are losing money on Google Ads right now and they actually don't even know it. So my name is George. I run an agency called The Paid Search Company. We're spending nearly $1 million a month on Google Ads for some of the top D2C brands in the space. And quite frankly, if you're an e-commerce brand owner watching this, I want to save you thousands and thousands of dollars in the next 10 minutes or however long it takes me to film this video. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. Now, I'm going to break down how our Google and Bing ads hybrid strategy will help make your D2C brand an extra 6 to 7 figures per year in less than 3 to 6 months without you having to rely on inconsistent meta ads, tons of performance creative or branded campaigns, right? If you resonate with this, by the way, there's going to be a link to book a call directly with me in the description. No sales rep, no sales tactics. We're just going to hop on for 15 minutes and discuss how your brand can benefit from Google Ads. Now, if you are a 7 to 8 figure D2C brand owner that's doing at least 30K a month in revenue, then listen up, right? Because after spending $15 million and returning nearly $17 million with Google and Bing ads for our clients, I can say the following with confidence. 6 to 8 figure e-com brand owners are losing money right now in one of two ways. Number one, you're currently not running Google Ads. Now, if you are, hold up, because number two is very, very interesting and applies to you. Now, number one, this means you're leaving 6 to 7 figures per year on the table if you're not running Google, right? It's literally the world's largest traffic source with over 8.5 billion searches per day, and around 46% of all product searches in the world begin on Google. Now, this isn't source, trust me, bro. This is coming from research that Below did in paid advertising, right? So you would have to be crazy not to be running ads on this platform. Huge amounts of search volume are created by your ads that you're probably running on Meta or TikTok, which means that your competitors that are running Google Ads are just going to lap all of that up, right? So what happens when someone, sees a paid social ad is, they're most likely going to go ahead and search up that product or their brand on Google search if they like the look of it, right? And so if, you're not active there, you don't have a presence there, you're not spending any money there, then your competitors that are most likely going to be able to steal that sale because 99% of people click on the first result, and obviously with Google Ads that is the sponsored results, right? So yeah, a huge majority of brand owners are simply over reliant on meta ads. But as we saw with the outages in early 2024, this is a terrible idea for long-term growth, right? CPAs are continuing to rise post iOS 14 and creative lifecycle is getting shorter and shorter, which means that if you want to succeed on meta ads, you have to spend a fortune on creative, right? It's very, very, very unprofitable. Well, not unprofitable, it can be profitable, but for a lot of brands, it is unprofitable, right? They're actually just breaking even. So, to top it all off, Meta is known for banning ad accounts, meaning that your main source of revenue could literally get wiped out overnight, right? You could literally be left with a warehouse full of inventory and rising costs and no way to sell your product, right? And I'm not even trying to fearmonger here. This is just true. We know Zuckerberg loves to give the bans out left, right, and center. So, in my opinion, it's not even a debate. You need to be diversifying your Meta dollars into Google, which is the second, it should really, in my opinion, be the first, but it's very much the second channel that all brand owners do eventually go into, and it is the world's largest traffic source. So, number two, you are running Google Ads currently, but you are relying on pMax and branded campaigns. Now, this is a controversial one because I've made videos on pMax before. A lot of people like pMax, a lot of people use pMax, but we've come to the realization over the last 2 years that pMax is not optimal when you are trying to acquire new customers with Google Ads, which is what you should be doing. So chances are you're probably going all in on pMax and branded search, right? You're spending tens of thousands of dollars on customers that unfortunately were already going to buy your product anyway, right? pMax loves to lap up high intent branded traffic, making your ROAS look amazing in app because it's acquiring all these customers for really cheap. But in reality, it's just kind of like jumping out at them right before they were going to buy. So, in reality, your Shopify sales aren't even budging. Maybe this sounds like you. Your agency is sending you awesome ROAS numbers every week, but you are not feeling it in global sales when they scale your account up, right? 99% of agencies and freelancers have no idea they're even making this mistake. This is usually because Google Ads is kind of like a half-assed upsell. Hey, we're running your meta ads, let's do Google as well. Secondly, it's because brands fall prey to the false economy of hiring a cheap freelancer to run their ads who is spread extremely thin across lots of different clients. And quite frankly, they just do not have the experience to know that they're making this mistake. So, brand owners who do this think they're saving thousands a month, but they're actually burning tens of thousands in wasted ad spend, right? Don't believe me? look at what search terms your Performance Max campaign is currently bidding on. The way you do this is you go to Google Ads, you go to campaigns, open this in a new tab, keep watching this video. You would go to your Performance Max campaign, you would go to Insights, and you would scroll down until you can see search term insights. 99% of the time in that area, we often see that the top converting search term is your own brand name, which means that Performance Max is basically just a branded campaign at this point, right? So that essentially means that if you're seeing that, you could probably cut your pMax spend by 20%, 50%, maybe even 100%, and your Shopify sales wouldn't even budge. So where is all that spend going, right? What is all that spend actually doing? It's not doing anything. Your current Google Ads agency or freelancer is quite likely taking you for a bit of a ride and you don't even know it. Now, in fairness, they might not know that they're making this mistake, but I've seen a lot of agencies that are very, very experienced and charge extremely high prices, and quite frankly, it's not acceptable for them to not understand this stuff, right? What's even worse is that on the branded side of things, so the branded search campaigns that your agency is likely running, they're probably using smart bidding, which means that Google is going to overspend on, by about 2 to 3 times what they actually should be spending on your branded cost per clicks, which means that you're paying the biggest search engine company in the world a premium on sales that were already going to happen, which is not ideal, right? But it's not all bad, right? I think a big misconception that brand owners make is that, Google Ads, this is just what Google Ads does, right? So a lot of the 8-figure, 9-figure brand owners I speak to, they think that Google Ads is just a waste of budget, that this is inevitable and you can't scale with cold customer acquisition. But I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can, right? Google can be one of the most effective advertising channels for scaling cold traffic, and here's how. eCom companies need to use Google for cold conversions, right? Focusing on how Google impacts media efficiency ratio. And I've actually made a video on this channel about why ROAS is bad. It's something like the biggest Google Ads mistake that you might be making. And you need to understand MER, you need to be optimizing for MER, right? If you're not familiar with it, essentially what it is it's your global ROAS. So if you spend 10K on Facebook ads, you spend 10K in Google ads, and you make 40K back, then your MER is 2x. Now, why should we be looking at this, right? Well, it's very simple. These platforms, Facebook and Google, are extremely, extremely greedy. So we can't trust what Google says its revenue is, and we can't trust what Facebook says its revenue is. The only thing that we can trust is Shopify revenue, right? Your actual revenue the e-commerce brand is making. And so we need to look at that, and then we need to look at how much we're spending, and that's how we actually get a clear picture of the ROI on our advertising, right? And if you're spending 10K on Facebook, and you're not spending anything on Google, and you're making 20K in revenue, but then you start spending 10K on Google and your MER goes, or your global revenue goes to 40K, you know that Google Ads is making an impact, right? And so that's why MER is really, really important to look at. Whereas ROAS, you can get a crazy ROAS by just spending a ton of money on your own brand name, but that's actually not going to impact your overall sales, because those sales are going to happen with those branded campaigns on or not. So, this is going to tell you whether your Google Ads spend is actually contributing to revenue growth, or it's literally just complete fluff. And in-app ROAS is nothing but a vanity metric, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I used to love absolutely flexing ROAS all the time, and that's marketing, right? You see those big return on ad spend numbers within Google Ads and you get very excited. But unfortunately, as marketers, as high-level marketers, we need to kind of take a step back and actually look at things for what they are and understand that ROAS screenshot is actually not always going to be accurate, right? The success of Google Ads should be felt in Shopify's revenue. And this is exactly what we help with, right? Our system is about creating a cold, full funnel marketing system within Google Ads. So we're leveraging YouTube ads, we're leveraging discovery ads for top of funnel, right? YouTube ads is so effective for demand generation, and no brands are using it, right? Oftentimes it's going to look terrible within the app because Performance Max is actually just cannibalizing all of those sales. But if you use a third-party attribution software like Triple Whale, or you're looking at MER, the more you increase your YouTube spend, the more you actually feel your revenue grow if you're doing it right. So that's the top of funnel. Middle of funnel, we're using search ads, we're using shopping ads, we're not leveraging Performance Max. And yes, we do still run branded campaigns for a lot of our clients, but we use target impression share bidding, which means that we are only optimizing for showing up number one in front of your competitors. We do not care about ROAS or conversions really on that campaign. It's purely defensive, all right? So we're also running retargeting as well to make sure that we're capturing all of those website visitors and abandoned carts, okay? So how are we different? Well, quite frankly, the standard Google Ads agency is going to turn on pMax, turn on branded search, and they're going to go to Bali, right? They're going to go to the Maldives, because that entire account is now pretty much automated, and they don't really have to do anything. They can just send you those high ROAS numbers. I've seen this so many times, okay? And if this is the case for you, your agency is just costing you so much money with their fee, with this wasted spend. It's kind of crazy, right? Now, we are not your standard Google Ads agency. We do things differently, right? We leverage Google as a cold acquisition engine. We don't use Performance Max due to its tendency to overbid on branded and warm traffic. We don't use smart bidding or branded search, on branded search, because that's going to cause you to pay 5 times more than you should do for sales that are already going to happen. And we don't skip on the essentials like enhanced conversion tracking and product feed management, which actually kind of make 80% of all of the results, right? So yes, this means that ROAS won't look as exciting within the app, and yes, this means we don't flex as much as any other Google Ads gurus in the space anymore, but your Shopify sales increasing month after month is going to look very good. So is the stream of new customers flowing into your brand, and so is that new car, watch, or holiday that you buy after your brand smashes 7, 8, or 9 figures finally. So what's my proof, right? Am I another loudmouth marketer? I'm gonna jump into some claims to back up my what I just said, right? So Nerd Gear, we help these guys go and hit $500,000 on Google in 1 month and decrease their MER by 15%, which is a massive increase from where they were in September, just doing 140K a month on Google, right? So this is an 8-figure brand that we were able to help scale massively during Q4 with the implementations that we made, right? The PonyJet, a viral horse care brand, we helped take them from £200 a week to 12K per week, right? And when we came in, these guys were making the classic mistake. They were just running a one branded search campaign because they didn't think Google could get, cold sales. I've seen this time and time again, and we helped them create a new customer acquisition channel for their brand, adding an extra 6 figures in top line revenue per year. We helped Spirit go from absolutely zero on Google, which is where you may be if you're watching this, spending all your money on Facebook. We helped them scale up to $80,000, well, $72,000 in 1 month with our systems. That's an extra 7 figures, more or less, in top line revenue per year. We're now doing over $100,000 a month with them, by the way. We help Protein.com, which is one of the largest protein supplement companies in the world, add an extra 6 figures per year in top line revenue in their first month of working with us. So very excited to see where we'll be in a couple more months. And we helped the Black Stuff go from negative 1,000 euros on Google when they first switched Google Ads on, which I'm sorry, as a founder, this may happen to you, quite frankly, right? Google Ads is not as simple as Meta. It's very complex, and your time is better spent working on the business, not within it. And we were able to scale them up to doing $45,000 in 1 month, adding an extra 500K a year in top line revenue to the business, right? Now I could go on and on and on with these case studies, and there are some insane results, which I'm not even going to mention here, for 8-figure giants that we've worked with, brands doing 10 million a year plus, right? Now, what is our offer? Many of you watching this channel may have never actually seen me kind of pitch my offer, but that's what I'm going to do in this video. So if your brand is running Google Ads, then we will give you a completely free audit from top to bottom, right? This is based on over $15 million in ad spend over 2 years exclusively on Google Ads. So we are specialists, right? And we are pretty much guaranteed to find ways to make you more money, even if you don't hire us. So it's literally risk-free, all right? And if you've got a current agency, you kind of just want to see how they're doing, we will tell you if they're doing a good job. So it is a risk-free type investment for you. And as I mentioned, it's extremely likely that your current setup is actually burning cash, all right? So quite frankly, I think this is something that you really should do. So, when you're not running Google Ads, however, we're gonna go ahead and put together a free 90-day action plan for how you can start, all right? So this will just be a demo call, you hop on, we'll go away, my team and I, and we'll put together keyword research, search trends, niche-specific case study examples of similar brands that we've helped scale, so that you know with confidence that running Google Ads will work for your brand. And then once you come on board as a client, we'll go through our key 4 phases: account research, account setup, account build, and account launch, right? Now, also, I want to talk a little bit here about Bing Ads, right? I'm going to probably put a Bing Ads tutorial up on this video in the coming weeks, but Bing Ads has been extremely profitable for our existing clients, right? Now, we also offer Bing within our service, and people don't know that Bing actually makes 30% of search engine market share in the US. So it can, without a doubt, add an extra 20 to 30% of ROI that you're already getting from Google. And one of the winning things that we do for our clients is simply importing campaigns from Google over to Bing. Now, we have fantastic contacts at Microsoft, so we offer our clients vouchers, and we also have a lot of experience on the platform. It's not quite as easy as that, but our clients are seeing an extra 1, 2, 10K a week from doing this, and so it's a no-brainer to add an extra 6, 7 figures per month or per year, sorry, to your brand. All right, and ROAS and profit is through the roof with Bing, MER is what we should be focusing on here, but regardless, profit is extremely high because CPCs are so cheap because no one's advertising on it. So it's an absolute no-brainer. Now, if you are still watching this video and you are an e-commerce brand owner that's doing at least sort of 30K a month in revenue, you've got proof of concept, then book a free 15-minute call, not even 30-minute call with myself down below. I'm going to walk you through exactly what we do, and I'm going to go away and my team and I are going to create either an audit or an action plan for your brand so that you can start making more money with Google Ads or stop losing money with Google Ads, which very well may be the situation that you're currently in. So go ahead, click the link below and book a call with myself. Super excited to chat with you soon. And regardless, if this is not a fit for you and you just want to gain value from this video, then hopefully you've learned a couple of things. If you have, like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around for the next video that I'm going to dive into on this channel. Appreciate you watching. Speak soon. Bye.